choreographed that, okay, this is why I don't get paid to be analytical. Good. Syndra first pick.
So Funfun will have a strong lane for himself, but we'll have to see if they can try and make it work, because, look, last game broke me. So not only the fact that the way that eStar played in the game was really annoying, the way the draft went from them, where we talked, look, you know that OMG are trying to get you to play into them. If you try and play at range, you can play around that, but eStar then opt in towards the Mordekaiser, which forces these 5v5 scraps, and OMG are able to beat them out. Now OMG opting again with this Trundle. Imagine that they'll try and pick up an AD carry here for themselves, potentially the Ashe, which you talked about, and you've got that super strong pick potential and a bunch of slows that will really make it difficult for eStars to operate in these team fights.
I feel like it's going to be the obvious lock-in. However, SMLZ's been a big Jhin player, just saying.
I was actually going to say the Callista as well is a potential here, but there we go, Icon.
Early
he
Echo.
Loves this Echo pick, especially into the Syndra. I'm surprised to see it locked in so early, though. It could be just the case that, look, SMLZ is like, right, I'm going to hold on, because he's played the Jhin, he's played, well, Jin's his pocket pick, but the Sivir, Kai'Sa, Callista, Ezreal, he's got a heap that he can still play with.
Of course, we know Wei's not going to play the Kha'Zix, even though in 10-14, which, again, we're not in, he got a nice little buff to his Q. But here we go. Lee Sin. Now, impress me. What AD carry do you take? You've been given the Ashe. Do you just take it for Rat in game 2?
I believe so. I mean, you've got this really strong team fight composition then, where you've got this Syndra, who's got this long-range engage with her Scatter the Weak, then you got the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Like, that's a lot of CC and a lot of damage on those 1 to 2 items, and I think you just work forward with that, but...
Solo lane is nice and early. Bottom lane to be secured.
So it looks like Rat feeling confident here that he's like, look, I can go on to whatever AD carries left open at the end of things, but for OMG's side, I feel like you then take this Ashe, and then you can just go down into, okay, well, we can ban away some of like the other AD carries, like the Callistas, anything else that's a bit of a nuisance, and then set ourselves up. But you know what? These guys don't like AD carries. Screw it. We're going elsewhere.
They're hovering because a bit of a free lane we've seen will be the Ashe, unfortunately, at the end of the day. No SMLZ Jhin. Oh, well. We still have a support and a solo laner to be picked. We've already got something interesting like the Echo. Start queuing those bottom lane bans for OMG.
And I imagine, actually not going to go towards the AD carries. I thought maybe we'd see it go towards that, but when you've got an Orin there, you're going to be looking at potentially something like, at least with the later scaling, and can work well with those Orin items that are coming through. So a lot of, like, personally, I'd like to see maybe some of these more crit-orientated AD carries, like the Xayah and these kind of things come out, but we'll have to see what eStar decide to go for us.
This was Xayah the other day at a Huanfeng from Suning, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of her.
Jung Wuji, Rogue Warriors, excuse me. It was yesterday.
We saw it on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
We saw, was it Wings? Anyway, either way, it's still a good pick. Has gotten some buffs as well, over 10-8 and 10-12 as well. So let's see what they, if they want to go towards that, or what they decide to prioritize here.
Ice Ice Baby. There we go.
Ice Ice Ice. Because he got a lot of slows going through from Trundle, from the Braum, from the Ashe. Like, this bot lane combo is incredibly potent and is really difficult to deal with, especially if you're a mobile AD carry, where you can have that slow come in with the long range auto on the Ashe, and then Braum can leap forward and you just get that definitive concussive stacks off.
If you think about range, there's the ability to create range now with Senna in the mix. Not often do we see a fasting lane bot. Xiaoxi is the support on that Wheel of Fortune. Oh, sorry, copyright, I'm fired. The Wheel of Champions. And what are you going to fast down there?
It may not be fast. Now remember, we have seen with that Bard locked in, I doubt it is a farming or fasting Senna. We have seen the farming Senna with the fleet footwork taken in the bottom lane as well, because on the last time the Senna got buffed, every time she kills a CS, she has an 8.3% chance to get a soul for herself. So we started to see farming Senna creep back in a little bit, but it's not something we see a huge amount of.
But sir, I see a Camille from Curse, and Curse is a carry top laner versus Xiaobai on Horn. We have very dynamic solo laners from OMG with a controlled bot. I'm looking solo laners to see if eStar can survive the laning phase. Get through. Well, see if Icon can bully the matchup.
Well, that's the thing here for Curse is, look, I can just stick around here in the top lane, farm it up. For Icon, he can bully this matchup, as he said. Well, survive it for the early stages, but Icon, on this Echo, because of how much he loves it, has been able to bully these Syndra matchups in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him again find that success against FunFun here. And then you're in a situation where, cool, we've got two super strong side laners who can join in. They love the ability to flank, and the dive potential here with a Camille and an Echo, and the setup that's coming through with this Ashe can be super strong in setting up for those plays.
Keyword dive, I like it. As Hacker's got a big grin on his face. We always look at Curse too, and Curse is very mellow. Like, there's never a time where Curse looks angry or happy. Always in the zone, and Curse has been talked about as a top-tier top laner this split. I think it was me and Lyric casting the last OMG series.
It would have been, yeah.
Yeah. And we were mentioning that Curse was top 5. He at least put him in top 5, and I'm tending to agree. Curse has been really on the up and up this split. Even game 1, he dominated eStar. And we're ready for OMG to do the same. It's eStar who have to prove us wrong with a change in draft. With the center with Bard bottom lane. We'll keep a track on that one too as we enter Summoner's Rift for game number 2. It's True Damage Echo. Icon be dancing. I wonder if Icon's got his own little album coming out as well. If it's no Jackie one saw, yeah. Jackie Love. It's even on Twitter. Jackie Love's got a song. Oh, Glacial Orb.
I did retweet it as a personal shout out because I'm going to be that annoying person.
Nice.
It is on my Twitter. I did retweet it, so you can go find it there if you want.
But
to be fair, it's only a very brief window that he has.
Hey, he still sings like an angel. In vain. Haven't been spotted out. Pings are getting spammed down. Missing. But they're back away.
I mean, do they even? Yeah, they get a ward down, so they will spot where Hacker's going to begin his route. And honestly, I think eStar are just like, Hacker had such a big impact in the last game. We don't want to give him an opportunity to have more of an impact. And on eStar's side, Wei has struggled in the past to try and predict the pathing of a lot of the enemy junglers, and particularly Hacker, who's quite good at his jungle route. So I think Wei just wants to try and get as much information to try and help his laners, because we even saw it where last game, FunFun still goes down when they've already spotted Hacker in that river. So trying to get as much information about Hacker is just giving a little bit of extra help towards eStar's laners.
I'll be curious to watch this 2 versus 2. We've talked about Echo and Syndra before. A lot of it about landing the parallel convergence, getting your trade and getting the heck out of there. But Icon's taking Electrocute versus the Phase Rush, while Hacker starting the vertical path of the Wei. It's duel time, and here comes an angry troll. Wei's backing, at least backing away. I wish his name was different. What do you think here, Dagner?
I mean, Hacker does win the 1v1. The problem is it's not going to be a 1v1 shell by his left lane. So Wei will have a little bit of an easier time to clear this out. It doesn't mean the Curse, though, will be able to obviously hit that level 2 and might be able to zone off Xiaowei a little bit, but it's not really going to matter too much in the grand scheme.
Take a look at Xiaoxi's rune set. Now, everything seems to be in order, but of course the sorcery second, water walking, and
Transcendence.
Transcendence, that's the name of it. At level 10, the 10% CDR, so interesting, unique set instead of something like the Nimbus Cloak, which is still quite OP.
Yeah, and I mean, like, a lot of times we'll often see supports tending towards that inspiration tree as well, because you go towards what you see on Cold side, which is the minion dematerializer. It means you can definitely control that lane a lot better as to when you want to push, how you want to try and have it push against yourself as well. So I think on on Chelsea's side, it's more about, okay, look, I know I'm with Rat here. He's on the Senna. I'm not going to be sticking around in this bottom lane. Water walking to get myself into the right position.
Are you ready, though? Cripple misses, so does the Sonic Wave. Xiaoxi's following alongside Rat. Now they're just out of lane, but they'll get back shortly. And while nothing happens there, I just want you all to note that, as Dag just said earlier, yeah, it is the 80 carry Senna instead of the fasting lane. So Doran's played the start with the Glacial Augment.
So the last time we saw it was with the Fleet Footwork. I much prefer the Glacial Augment. I haven't quite been able to figure out why the Fleet Footwork was taking the last one, because usually you take Fleet Footwork. Oh, hang on, mid lane? No. Wei might get the Q here.
There's a level advantage, of course. Straight into Hacker. Seems to have the damage. Pillar placement nice from Hacker as Raptors get started up. FunFun makes his position known. But both mid laners are low on mana, so Wei gets the smite down. Hacker just gets a remnant.
Wei's doing a good job of bullying Hacker, though, because off of that one play where Hacker moved into the enemy side, got spotted out, and then was slower in his clear, well, Wei's done a fantastic job of just keeping the pressure up. Hacker can't even go for the second scuttle, although with FunFun being low on mana, Icon can support Hacker on this.
Yeah, Teleport's going to be used on that ward behind. Trade comes through with Electrocutors. Hackers running into lane. They haven't seen Xiaobai, or rather they have. The pillar goes down. Flash away from Scatter the Weak. Now the turnaround from Icon, waiting for his phase dive to be back up. Time Winder doesn't get the extent, and Xiaobai hovering.
The big benefactor of this is Curse, though. Look at the CS difference that's opening up in that top lane. He's getting such a free lane, and there will come a point where Curse is just like, hey, look, I've hit level 6. Xiaobai, you don't have access to it. I can go for the kill here where you don't have the armor to survive.
A lot of minions just died to the turret. And the only response is Wei gets the double scuttle here in this game too.
And if Wei is able to keep up this pressure and... Oh, hang on.
See, Winter's bite, but there's no follow-up damage. The problem is that Cold might be a bit too far forward. Unbreakable used. And Rat's starting to bully out with the range on SMLZ and Cold.
So I want to talk about two things real quick. So as we said, if Wei is able to bully out Hacker and keep this snowball rolling where he can have massive influence in the lanes, it'll go great for eStar, and that can be their win, but looks like Hacker wants to set up Curse even more.
Searing Charge was used. Xiaobai in a difficult position, and Teleport's going to be burnt, and now Curse has to get on out as FunFun with the full mana bar and Flash wants Scatter the Weak. The first Flash burnt, the Scatter the Weak doesn't hit Curse fully, and Unleash Power not available. Double summoners for FunFun. Curse has TP to get back to lane.
Fantastic fancy footwork from Curse. I was convinced he was going to go down as he saw Xiaobai looking for the clap, but just about able to escape away his Curse, and he'll be able to pick up all this farm as well. So, yeah, it's fantastic. And, I mean, look at the CS as of now is even... Curse is going to pick up all of these.
Charge ahead again by that 15 CS mark we saw before. He's got double longsword. Xiaobai has to walk back to lane. It should be okay for now as Icon's starting to show us some of this trading. And I'm ready for the Unleash Power into the Chrono Break that we've seen so many times. It's just a bit of a nothing trade.
But Icon is doing a good job of, well, with all the moving about that FunFun has gone for, picking himself up a CS advantage, looking pretty strong in this lane. And as we talked about, Icon loves the ability to be able to bully on this Echo, not just survive the lane. In the bottom side of the map, this is the lane that I wanted to have a quick talk about was because of the rune choice here, but I'm not going to get a chance.
Why, Unleash Power being held for the Chrono Break. Icon holds it long enough, but here it comes. With the Parallel Converted Shield, though, Icon able to survive, and there's the trade.
And a big win for Icon, right? He's just put way low. He's managed to survive. He's got the ult out of FunFun, so he's now safe and happy. But Wei looking for round 2.
All right, well, no ultimate either way. Xiaoxi makes himself known with a magical journey. 3 versus 1. Icon with the Time Winder. Parallel conversion set on up for the stun. Right into the middle. Dodges by Wei. The kick flashback still gives him the shield. The execution will come through. The first blood at 7 minutes goes to eStar.
That was beautifully played by Wei. Oh, hang on, Rat, though.
Exhaust. Winter Spite flashed away from the turn onto SMLZ. But Rat, he's too far away.
So Wei manages to outthink Icon on that play, getting that safeguard over to the ward, avoiding that stun that was going to come through with the parallel convergence, and then setting up beautifully for that. So well played by Wei to read Icon in that situation. And now he's talked about it. We wanted to see Wei doubling down on this aggression from the jungle because he's ahead of Hacker, but he's done just that with that.
Getting spotted out as Hacker as well. While Curse, we go back topside, and this continues to happen. So at least for OMG, while mid may be under a bit of pressure, Curse a level ahead of Xiaobai and almost 20 CS.
So when we're looking towards the Dragons and towards the Rift Heralds, OMG should still have control down towards the Dragon area. SMLZ and Cold are going to be able to do a lot more. They provide more CC, and they've just got a little bit more damage and control in these team fights thanks to the Ashe and Braum combo. Whereas when we look towards the Rift Herald, I definitely favor eStar. You've got so much CC between the Ornn, FunFun, and his Unleashed Power, but he needs a bit of time to get that up, and OMG might have found that small window of opportunity where Icon has his holds and FunFun doesn't.
Icon moves back to the lane, and there's no pressure here as FunFun and Xiaoxi manage to get the lockdown. But Chrono Break is available once again. Herald's going to be taken. Dragon, the response. First Dragon of the game left a little bit late here. But still, a trade is a trade. And we're going to roll that dice. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? And it's called the Forge God. Meanwhile, it's the topside wave. But Hacker's making this dive happen with Subjugate used. Curse now going to all in, and Hacker, nicely done, takes the last shot, survives, thanks to Subjugate.
And can now throw down this Rift Herald as well. You get a bunch of plates in towards Curse. Woo!
E-Strat just got that one.
Well played by Rat to manage to finish off that play. But yeah, that means that this Rift Herald can't be used. Curse can't double down on this advantage. But either way, Curse is going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, Camille at a side lane. We've seen that many times before here at the LPL. Takes a bit of turret plating, leaves. That's going to be a Tiamat. Get ready. There we go. And a Sheen. And another longsword. That's some gold.
Oh, poor Shelby. You've no idea what you've just got yourself into. A 20 CS lead, the kill, and so much more going over towards Curson. Where do you try and answer back as eStar? You don't have control of mid lane right now because Icon's been playing this matchup so well. And Rat and Jousy, well, they're not going to be hard carrying this game. It's a Senna.
You still don't get many souls as used to. What is this moonwalk? Oh my.
Oh, it's the dancing. That's the true damage right there. You thought it was going to be Icon, but it's actually Rat who's doing the dancing in this game.
I just realized, yeah, we got true damage Senna, we got true damage Echo. What else do we need? There's an Akali, isn't there?
Yeah.
True damage.
And then Kiana.
And then, yeah. See, when they first came out on the Chinese client, I got Kiana, because that's when Kiana was playable in the lane. As Icon, good dodge away. Phase dive over the wall. And Wei is persistent on mid. Icon making it difficult, but good to see that eStar have a really strong direction through Fun in this game too.
Although they have eStar playing through Fun, it's more interesting to me as to where OMG are going to start making plays with jungler, because Hacker, as we talked about, was set behind early, but does still have this Rift Herald to try and place down, and you can have an argument towards Icon, but I think we're definitely going to see this play towards Curse. And there's an opportunity here for Icon to shove out this wave in mid and move towards the top lane and look for a 3-man dive.
What the hell? What the heck is this? Rat is just like, this lane is pretty easy. Good time to dance. Meanwhile, Wei wants to lane gank topside. Now, Curse is still quite large and feeling confident. 1v2 is not a 1v2 because Hacker's coming in as well, and he has Herald, so...
Oh no, the quick back!
Up.
No, stop the back! Oh no!
Oh no. Wei's still here.
Curse is playing a little bit safer now. Realizes, you know what? Something fishy is going on here. I'm just going to wait for this wave to crash in instead, and the back will be finished by Wei, but either way we're looking at this, this is just a little bit more time the Hacker's got to wait until he can use this Rift Herald. Like, he's backed, cool, bought his cloth armor for himself, but he's still going to be moving towards his top side because this is where the play that they want to make is happening.
Turns back super quickly. Teleport being burnt mid, as Icon might actually make the journey up, threatening it through gap and vision while clearing out the ward. And here comes Herald over the wall. Xiaobai's going to use Call the Forge God, but it won't clear out all of the wave. Few with the follow-up and Bellows Breath. Curse takes a free turret shot, which is not ideal. Hook shot, wall shot to get out, and Xiaobai actually defended that really nicely.
He does manage to escape away from it, but bottom side, Chase is going to walk away. So the reason that Icon was able to start posturing towards that top side is because when he backed, he bought really quickly, used his ult to get back into lane, which meant he had the TP advantage over Fun and the buy advantage. So if we ended up in a play where everyone was going towards that top side dive, well, you would have been winning out as OMG. But he doesn't actually manage to get up towards the top side in time before that Rift Herald's used, so OMG not able to get further plays, but still, Curse is benefiting so much in this game.
We'll see. When he gets towards that Trinity Force, his first item, who's going to match him? Phage in hand, teleport being burnt topside as well. As also notice that there is a Proto Belt for Icon. And one of the first items in the game. Rat, of course, picked up his Manamune a lot earlier, but still stacking up. While there's your comparison, Rat versus Curse.
Yeah, Rat's actually got quite a bit of gold for himself, surprisingly so, but 132 CS, he's been farming up quite well. And I have to see now. Like, the thing is, you are still Senna, and although having all this extra gold is great, you'd go for a very cheap build. You tend to get to a point where you're super strong off of the Black Cleaver build, and you hit that your stride, but it's not like you're going to go super late game and get all these crit items and really become a menace. Hacker.
Blue buffs with him. Wei's ready in. Sonic Wave perfectly timed. eStar flash forward, the kick back as well, and Fun unleashes Havoc. While Icon now with the Chrono Break available, only enough mana to die. The ultimate not going to be used as eStar group is 5. Curse even flashes away. And eStar just outgun OMG.
eStar backed first, had Rat and Shousey towards his top side, and OMG don't respect that. They end up giving over the kills. Now that Glacial Augment, nearly catching up to Cold.
Yeah, Cold needs to be careful. Rat now with the range. I believe he's just hit 20 souls, so a little bit slower than normal, but he is farming. And eStar managed to hold onto that gold lead by about 1,000. They've got a Mountain Dragon towards the bottom side. After Rat collects these souls, they should just walk through. Well, Teleport's being burned by Icon, but that's just to get to the lane.
So this is where eStar are getting into a spot where they're a little bit dangerous for OMG, because they do have a gold lead, and they're doing a good job of getting some of these plays, and Curse needs still more time to really ramp up into a position where he can be a menace in a side lane. So with these Infernal Dragons and Fertile Soul coming up now, it's going to be really tough for OMG to try and avoid fighting eStar because of how strong this Infernal Soul could be.
At the very least, OMG like, okay, we've got ourselves a nice little second Herald that's going to be started off. Hacker actually backed away, noticing that Rat and Shousey were through mid, so not going to risk it as the Herald resets. And you've seen Curse the top side. He's backing. Is this Trinity Force? Yes, it is. So Sunfire versus Trinity, it begins.
Yeah, still, this is Curse favored in this top side. We're just seeing it even more so as the CS starts to open up and those items come in. But the thing on eStar's side is you're going to have that Black Cleaver come through for Ratton basically on this next back. But the thing is the Black Cleaver doesn't do a huge amount for the eStar's team. That armor shred, yeah, it's nice for Wave, but the rest of the team doesn't really care about how much armor you shred. And OMG are going to be like, fine, we can still look to fight. So Rat does have a lot of upfront burst right now, just as a Senna. But as this game starts to go on, we get towards a third item, it will start to teeter over into SMLZ being that little bit stronger.
As he was in game 1, SMLZ had a great game on Aphelios. And when I think about him, I don't really think about SMLZ as a Ashe player. You know, he's that niche pocket pick. Of course, he's already picked up this split, but SMLZ's like that Jhin, the Sivir he actually picked out the other day. Quite interesting to watch. Kais is in there as well. As Herald's going to be used mid here by eStar as SMLZ, speak of the devil, has to flash away. Chat across the arrow launch though, the counter attack. As Golden in the nick of time, the wall doesn't go up in time for Cold as Way manages to get away, turret goes down. A good attempt by OMG, but eStar even better.
Icon's trading for it in the bottom side of the map though, so it will be tower for tower, and this is the way OMG are going to play this game. It's going to be a case of, right, we've got SMLZ mid, we're looking to clear waves. Curse or Icon can come and join us if we want to, but we want them in these side lanes. And actually, at the moment, if Curse can shove this wave, might be able to get it, but Fun is going to be able to go topside to protect his own turret before Curse can try and pick up a second structure for OMG.
Sure, he's just happy that he's getting more CS at this point, and when do you start playing more around Curse? Hacker's been here for a lot of the game, and he's actually there in the top side now.
So for OMG side, losing that mid lane turret isn't actually that big of a deal, because you can still protect your inner structure super easily. Whereas for OMG, they want to get these side lane turrets down to create pressure for Curse and Icon.
With the Fun still here, despite seeing Icon on a ward, he's going to jump on into the backside. They go on to Curse first and take him down. eStar, no fear of the reinforcements from OMG.
I'm not sure why OMG are trying to commit so many members topside. Like, that tower, cool, it's all well and good, but you can just take it in time. Instead, they end up just giving kills over to eStar, trying to fight in this 3v3.
80 carries are not moving either, so eStar comfortable to hold the line. Shousey's just kind of been everywhere. There's Cold still in this brush. Are you ready? Icon going to be jumping forward. This turret's gone, but over to Fun first. The dive happening. Chrono break on top. Fun dodges away, and now Icon's dead. That was good until it was bad.
I mean, that's two my bads on the side of OMG where they give over 2 kills to eStar. And eStar have got Xiaobai pushing this bottom lane, so he's going to get a tower as well. Like, OMG,
I feel like
you've got an advantage. Just let the game play itself. Play through side lane. Stop doing this.
SMLZ caught out in the mid lane as well. Janikos ROUs while he's trying to 1v, well, 3 in the end. And 7 for 1.
So this game got real weird real quick. What
the hell
I don't understand what
doing?
OMG are going for. It's, all right, we've got a really big Camille. We've got a really, well, had a big Echo as well, who's putting pressure on these side lanes. And instead of just letting the game flow out naturally where Curse can one-shot that tower that's in the top lane with one Triforce proc, instead they try to force these engagements where eStar are on the top side of the map, they're able to make the play to turn around, and then they just double down on it instead of backing away, and then they lose SMLZ mid as well. Like, that's a massive gold lead that's just gone over towards eStar.
I feel like that phase dive would have just destroyed the turret.
Yeah.
And
especially with the Sheen.
Yeah. But you knew they were up there anyway. We'll move forward, because eStar are in a gold lead. What a pleasant experience for them. Got bounties across the board. Black Clover now finished. Black Clover also finished on Way. And this dragon will lead to Soul Point. So one more to go after this.
And the whole point of OMG getting control of these side waves was so they could make a play at this dragon. You have no TP on Xiaobai. You've gotten the one off of FunFun. So as OMG, if you just took that play slower, you then would have been able to use your double TP advantage to get the dragon for yourself without any eStar being able to do anything. But because of all that messing about, well, the waves aren't in a position that eStar really need to worry about them, and OMG can get that third dragon for themselves.
You know what? This time, Icon's like, I've got my boys coming in. Xiaobai pill it on up. Icon happy to go forward. The center ult comes on in. Chrono Break available, and that's what Icon's waiting for. They'll have to use it in the end, and the three-man dive comes to a crushing halt. Xiaobai, he survived for long enough.
Look at bottom lane, though. eStar is still looking to make their own plays here as well, so it looks like it'll be tower for tower when all is said and done. Won't get the kill for eStar, but they're still pretty happy to trade these.
Especially when they're a team that has a Senna, a Syndra, an Ornn. Of course, you're not dealing with the Echo Camille, but so far, eStar are playing this game 2 out a lot better than OMG are.
Now, OMG can still correct their path right now. They can redirect their flight trajectory and start playing through side lanes, but they're getting caught.
Okay, good dodge. Compliments where compliments are due. I'm only going to be positive for the rest of this series.
Okay, so OMG now, we've got Triforce complete onto Curse. He's nearly at that Ravenous Hydra as well. So he's in a pretty good spot when it comes to side lane pressure. And when you look at OMGs who have played through Icon or Curse, having both of these side lanes so exposed for eStar is great. But they have to make sure that they're able to still keep control of this mid portion, or mid lane and mid section of the map. Because right now, SMLZ a little bit dainty and delicate in that mid lane. If he manages to get caught by like Xiaoxi's Tempered Fade or even Rat managing to pick him off.
Which is why that ward in the brush is so important, as OMG set up for a flank onto Xiaoxi. The Hextech ultimatum means Xiaoxi's going to die here. Uppercut into the face, and Wei gets slowed down in the meanwhile. In front of Baron, but this will just enable the push to continue and Icon to have more free roam.
And good pick from OMG now. So they've got Icon, as you said, down on this bottom side of the map. They can put pressure through this mid lane as well, start to clear these waves, pushing them right the way in towards eStar, and actually getting some of the mid lane structures down for themselves as well.
Suddenly, the side lane power's back on. Back and forth, this game, bit of a seesaw.
And that's the thing, is like the way OMG need this game to work is through having some sort of tempo advantage, where they have mid pushing at the right time. Actually, hold on.
Sonic Wave onto Cold to get to SMLZ, but he'll burn immediately. Dodges away from the tangle, and Wei gets knocked on up. The damage still coming strong. Wei flashes away. Back on in with the kick, and just sends himself to his death. While in the backline, Curse has joined on in. Doesn't get hit by Rat. Even the Searing Charge doesn't connect.
Curse did blow his teleport, though, to come in towards this fight. And they do get the kill, but they're not able to get any more out of it. So you will end up seeing this kind of just nullify with no objectives on the map. Still, a nice pick coming through from OMG on an eStar's started play.
And if you give more kills over to OMG, if they go to Curse or Icon, you're saying, yay. That one did go to Cold, but still, frontline.
And the thing is, as well, it's about what I was about to mention before we went for that play was OMG are trying to work through a tempo advantage. They want to have these waves shoving in at the right time so they can have all three waves pushed. They can be able to create these map movements where you can have Icon and Curse join in, make picks, or create man advantages to take towers elsewhere on the map. When you're giving across picks like that, eStar have to play back, they have to play safe, and you're giving those opportunities to OMG to create what they want in the waves across all three lanes.
Well, Dagdo, we got a dragon in a minute 15. That's what my eyes are looking at right now. Because that's Infernal Soul for eStar. And I want that if I'm a Syndra, but more importantly, I'd love to roll for Elder. Because the way this series has gone so far, that's how you know, settle the score.
And then we just have a steal on either side. It's like you think one team's about to get Baron, it gets stolen. One team's about to get Elder, it gets nicked away as well. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's been a bit of a funky game, a funky series, but, well, I mean, eStar have done a good job, as we talked about, of getting these early dragons for themselves, and now they're set to reap the rewards with 3 kills onto this Senna. Rat as well, having that rapid fire cannon finished, can now use the glacial augment, super long range, set up for a lot of these plays. And then as well, looking across the likes of FunFun, who's got that Zeko Void Staff, he's looking pretty good at the moment as well. So in an all-out brawl where eStar get the straight-up engage onto OMG, they're pretty favored right now.
See the damage coming out of that Syndra with 2.5 items, and you mentioned right on 3 with the Obsidian Cleaver. eStar and bottom side River grouping up. They have priority over the Dragon with the mid-wave push.
Look at Icon though. He's got teleport. He's looking to go and crack open the inhibitor. So eStars are going to start up this Dragon trying to get that teleport from Icon.
See where OMG are. I'm in no position yet. The teleport you mentioned starting to be burned at 2k though. Has it gone down too quickly? Icon ready to go in the middle. Infernal Soul secured by eStar. But FunFun gets low on the back end. Icon kicked away. Curse in the back as well. The Chrono Break doesn't hit anyone. The Unleashed Power kills the Echo. And the Scatter the Weak, beautiful. OMG on their deathbed. Now relying on SMLZ. And he can't get it done. The front line's dead. And OMG walk to their deaths.
OMG relate to the party. Dragon's already gone, and even a miss smite coming in from Way with all the pressure that was on him. But Hacker can't get into the pit with his flash. eStar get the Infernal Soul. In a fight they were already favored. Now they can get the Baron as well.
Even on the ward, what can OMG do? Hacker needs a big steal, and he's heading towards the Baron pit.
Does have the blast cone, so could hop over the wall with that, and then still flash out, but it's going to be a big ask. He is a level down, and Way's trying to limit his opportunities here.
SMLZ gets vision. There's no ward here. Hacker knows in the back of the pit. Do they play the 50-50 level advantage for Way? He wants to kick him. He goes back in and he secures. In fact, it is Rat who does the security. eStars with the Baron. eStars with the momentum.
And eStar are looking pretty damn good right now. And you can see how strong they were in this fight. So OMG are looking for this flank ward, which is great for Icon. But it's the decision-making on who to jump on here, I think, is what really hurts them. If both Curse and Icon had just jumped onto Rat, they kill Rat easily. FunFun doesn't have the damage right now to be the consistent damage dealer to deal with the rest of OMG, and they can win out this fight. But leaving Rat alone, going instead for FunFun, they don't even get the kill onto the Syndra. And then from that point on, it's only getting worse for OMG.
Can't forget how much damage a Senna does now that she has Infernal Soul.
Yeah.
Rat in a really good position. Also, Luden's Pulse given over with a Spellbinder to FunFun, the level 15 Syndra. And yeah, it is time to compliment eStar because they've had a much more successful game. Their game plan has been a lot more solid. Their direction against OMG, they've grouped up. They've forced the split-pushing team to come to them. And it's worked wonders.
And a lot of that is off of those mistakes we saw from OMG, where they tried to make that play in the top lane not once, not twice, but kind of thrice as well. But here we go, Icon.
Well, Chrono Break might have to be used early. Kicked against, and nope. Icon's dead again. This is like watching the Shy, but in the mid lane. As Tempered Fate flashed away from. And OMG are pretty much saying, take our base, because we're going to die.
Well, I mean, what else are they going to do? I mean, the best bet here is to have Curse try and match the race against eStar, because you've got decent wave clear here for SMLZ, no Baron up, so Curse can fight in this side lane against Shellby at the moment.
Rat doesn't take turrets the quickest, but with the lead they have, this one will go down.
Curse trying to look for a flank, walking through River, but I think eStar reading what OMG are trying to do pretty well. They escape off to the side, even already having Way pushing this bottom side, and Curse will return towards the top lane in a 1v1 against Shellby.
Just want something. First level 16, but waiting for that third, fourth item. Just trying to neglect the Baron here, and at least for the Baron buff, it doesn't break the base. 45 seconds left for eStar, but they're back, they've reset, gearing up towards the next fight.
And I think as OMG go, trying to go towards these fights once again is only going to hinder you more. I think your best bet here is to try and get the waves in order now, which is what we're seeing, but Curse might be cut out.
Kicked against the wall, Sonic Wave into Hextech Ultimatum. And OMG have been caught out many different times on many different members.
And there goes the plan that they maybe could have worked with, which is shove out side lanes, try and make a play elsewhere on the map as this next objective is going over. But fortunately for themselves, they don't have that opportunity anymore. Icon's going to be forced to back because eStar are pushing in on their base and they can't do anything.
Just got to watch. OMG group mid, people top.
I love the call here from Rad as well to go towards the Infinity Edge build, because we didn't quite see that come out the last time we saw this farming center, but at this stage you're so far ahead and you want to have some late game scaling. Going for this Infinity Edge makes a lot of sense.
But SLZ's locked down. Here comes the damage. And that's game. That is game. We're going to a game 3. Icon in with a 3-man parallel convergence, but has to chrono break immediately. Hacker locked on down and in place. He'll get kicked on back. A triple kill
Penta!
over to Fun
Another
Fun.
Penta! Let's go!
A Penta in each game. Curse almost gives over the Quadra with the Arbor.
That
He
was a
didn't use
close
the
one.
Spellbinder. Fun. If he uses Spellbinder, he gets that. But let's go to game 3. Because eStar this time, a much better performance. But OMG, absolutely, they did it in the bed, Dagda. They definitely did. And the side laners who we hyped in game 1 have done the opposite in game 2. This series will come to an end after this next game. That is how best of 3 works.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying. But eStar do manage to pick up the win here, and honestly, they massively deserve this win. Playing very well in the early stages of the game. Now, we did see Xiaobai struggling a bit in that top side